Hey everybody, how's it going? Ryan with the Gear Room here, and today we're going to talk about MIDI. I've always been intimidated by MIDI, and I've never found a tutorial that explained it in a simple, dumbed down way to understand. So I'm going to attempt to do that for you today. With that said, I just recently got into MIDI programming, and when I was looking around for tutorials, specifically for the pedals and the switcher that I use, there was a severe lack of content, like none. So today we're going to go over MIDI programming with the Musicom EFX-LE and function changes on the Jackson Audio Golden Boy overdrive and the Swindler Effects Red Mountain Tremolo version 2. This is a very entry-level tutorial to MIDI, but the first thing we will want to know is that there are two different types of changes to be made. The first, PC. This means program change. This changes things like the pedal presets. The second is CC, meaning control change. These changes are hard commands like on and off, gain staging, and subdivisions. I run all my pedals through the Musicom EFX-LE switcher, and it makes sense in my head to make the MIDI channels correspond with the loop that each pedal is in. Both pedals come preset to MIDI channel 1, but you can change those. The Golden Boy is in loop 1, so I've actually kept it as MIDI channel 1. And the Red Mountain Tremolo is in loop 3, so I've changed its MIDI channel to 3. Standard MIDI is the DIN 5 or 5-pin style cable, like this. But these pedals use 1/4-inch MIDI connections, so TRS style, like this. In order to control multiple pedals that use the 1/4-inch MIDI, I'm using the Disaster Area Midi Box 4. This takes DIN 5 and converts it to 1/4-inch MIDI and allows you to switch the polarity of the output to meet the pedal's requirements. It may sound complicated, but it's actually pretty straightforward in the setup. Let's take a look at the EFX-LE. I already have presets for banks 1 and 2, so let's make bank 3's presets. Let's scroll to bank 3 preset 1. The first thing you want to do is turn on MIDI control for each preset. This is done by tapping the mode 3 times. This takes us to IA3. I just turn on all the MIDI just because. And then you're going to store. Holding down mode saves that. Now we can enter the MIDI programming menu. You'll do this by pressing and holding mode. Then you'll want to hit 2, labeled MIDI. And from here, we select preset. We are now in the MIDI edit menu. From here, you can access each bank and preset. Let's start by turning on and off our drive. This will require a CC change or control change. And you'll find all the control change numbers or CC numbers in the manual online. So we'll be working with the Golden Boy right now. In control changes in the EFX-LE, we have 8 total control changes per preset. To make this change, we want to use CC1. So right here it tells us we are on bank 3 preset 1 and using our arrows over. This is PC, so we'll scroll through the PCs to CC1. Now we'll choose our channel. We are in loop 1, so I've made it channel 1 on the Golden Boy. And now we'll choose our control change number. The control change number for on and off for this pedal is 1. So we go to 1. And then the next screen is value. 0, 0, 0 means off. And if you hit the down arrow, or 3, that changes it to 127, and that means on. And what you'll want to do is now store. Now we can exit all the way out of there, and you see that the Golden Boy is turned on the light on the foot switch on the left. That's the on and off. So if we'd even turn this off, we can turn it back on. There we go. Now let's go to loop 2 and turn on our boost. Select loop 2, go back into our MIDI menu, preset. You can see we're on bank 3, preset 2. And if we scroll through, now I personally like to keep the control changes separated. So I'm actually going to change this to control change 2 and then scroll over. We're still on channel 1. Now the CC number for the boost is 2. And once again, value 127. 127 turns it on, 000 turns it off. So we're going to change that, and we'll save by pressing and holding mode. And you can see the store light. We'll exit back out, and now you can see that it's turned back on. Great. So we can see that preset 1 turns on our drive, preset 2 turns on our boost. Now I want to go to preset 3. Okay. You're seeing that the drive and the boost are still both on. So I don't want the boost to be on anymore. So let's change that. So we are on preset 3. Hold it down again. We will go to CC2. And change the value to 0. So now we can see that if we go to preset 1, our drive turns on, preset 2 turns on our boost, and preset 3 turns off our boost. But let's say this is a chorus and we want it to get bigger or maybe even a heavier gain setting. Let's change our drive setting. So we're going to go back into our edit menu. We're going to go to CC3, channel 1, and the control change for gain staging is 4. So we're going to CC number 4. Value 1 is 25%, 2 is 50%, 3 is 75%, and 4 is 100% of whatever your gain is set at. So I'm actually going to set this at full gain. Okay, and store. We'll see that now preset 1 turns on our drive, preset 2 goes to our boost, and preset 3 makes our drive go to stage 4, the brightest LED setting, and turns off our boost. Now, the thing to remember is when you turn something on with MIDI, if you go to another preset, you have to remember to turn it off. So we've already stepped up our gain. So if I wanted to go back to preset 1, it's going to stay at that same gain setting. So we need to go change that, okay? So let's go back into our mode. Preset. So now you can see the light just dimmed on preset 1. If we press preset 3, brighter, all the way gain, and preset 1, taking it back down. And that's how you do standard MIDI editing on the EFX with the Golden Boy. So what if we wanted to add the Red Mountain Tremolo into preset 3 for our big chorus? Well, let's step on preset 3. And let's go back into our MIDI edit menu to preset, come to CC4, and we're in loop 3. So I'm going to go to channel 3 because that's what I set it as. And the on and off for tremolo for the Red Mountain is 102. So we're just going to hold down our button and go down to 102. And then our value, 127 on, 000 off. We're going to store. Now you see that it's turned on. Okay, if we go back to 1, step on 3, tremolo, you can see that the light has lit up and we've increased our LED brightness. So now we're at full gain and our tremolo is turned on. Now maybe some of you know this pedal and you know that if you hold down the bypass switch, it has a favorite function. This is where the PC or the program change is going to come into play. So if we come back to preset 1, and let's say we want a really heavy square tremolo on our reverb, let's go in and set that. So hold it down, MIDI, preset. And right now we're at PC1. So program change 1, channel 3, remember. And the program change for the favorite on this pedal is 2. These, I just keep them off, and they don't have any difference made. So we're gonna go ahead and store, and you can see that it's now switched on the tremolo to the favorite setting. Hope you can see that. There we go. Okay, so if we remember though, if we come over to 3, it's still on. So we need to go in on 3 and turn it off. So we're gonna hold down mode, MIDI, preset, PC1, change to channel 3, and we're gonna bring it down to PC number 001. That's our standard, okay? So save that. Preset 1 brings on our 25% gain and turns on the heavy square wave. And then if we switch it to preset 3, our heavy square wave turns off to just a nice sine wave and increased our gain to stage 4. Stage 2, boost. Boom, big old boost there. Back to 1. Now, we have our boost on, so we'll need to go in and edit that. Let's do that really fast. There it is. So now, if we turn everything off, we're on preset, just open preset, nothing on. Preset 1, drive, and our square wave. 2, boost on. And we've switched to our highest gain setting, and the favorite setting has turned off, so preset 2 has turned off. Well guys, I hope this has been a helpful tutorial in understanding the EFX-LE and the Golden Boy and Swindler effects Red Mountain version 2 with MIDI. Yeah, there's not a lot out there on this, so I just wanted to at least show people how to get it set up. Just remember, like when it comes to MIDI, if you are going between presets, if you turn something on and you want it off in the next channel, you got to go in and turn it off. You know, on whatever preset you're on, or change the preset on the actual pedal through program changing. This has been a tutorial for how to MIDI. Thanks for joining me.